I have a question for you, and I want you to be honest. Do you think your partner should know everything about you? Or is it actually okay to keep some things private? In relationship, we often hear things like no secret, tell your partner everything. But the truth of the matter is it realistic or is it even healthy? Because there's a difference between secrecy and privacy, and many people confuse the two. Privacy is having a personal thought space and experience that belongs to you and you only, and it cannot damage the relationship. So that's the clause there. If you have something you feel like you don't want to share, you don't need to share because it is not about your past, it is not about your future, and it is not something that can damage the relationship or the trust between you and your partner. If you don't feel like sharing, it is fine. That is privacy. But secrecy, on the other hand, secrecy is something that can damage the relationship for life. Secrecy is something that can, you know, damage the trust between you and your partner, break the things that you've been building from scratch. One builds individuality and the other one damage trust. Now, is it okay to keep some things private? Yes. In a healthy relationship, you are allowed to be yourself. You're allowed to be an individual. You don't have to stop being you because you're in a relationship. You don't have to lose yourself because you're in a relationship. Examples of healthy privacy: thoughts that you're still processing. Maybe like you have some things or you have a project you want to do, but you're not sure yet. So you're still like thinking about it, still processing it, still like doing the proposal or getting the blueprint. Those are a healthy privacy. You can still decide to keep them to yourself until you are sure of them. Then you can now like share with your partner. Past experience that do not affect the relationship. Please, everything I'm saying is that it should not affect the relationship. That is privacy. Or if it will affect the relationship, it is no more privacy. So if you have experiences with either male or female or anybody, or maybe about a particular thing, or maybe about your career, about your job, just name it. If you don't feel like sharing and it will not damage the relationship, that is a healthy privacy. Alone time, hobbies, or personal space. So because you're in a relationship does not mean you and your partner should be together all the time. Does not mean you and your partner should be eating together, be sitting together, be sleeping together, be in the same room every time. Sometimes you just want to have your own personal space. Sometimes you just want to take yourself out. Sometimes you just want to be with your girls. Or sometimes, yes, you just want to be with your men. You just want to go out. That is healthy. Like it does not mean you don't love your partner. You still love them, but you just want to be you. You just want to enjoy your own time. That is a healthy privacy. So far, it will not harm your partner or the relationship. Not everything needs to be shared immediately or at all. Like you can decide not to even share it at all and just take it to your grave. So far, it will not affect the relationship. So far, it will not affect the relationship. That is the clause. So now, what should not be eaten? This is a very important question. This is a very important part because if you're in a relationship and you're hiding some things from your partner, I know that these things, by the time they come out, they will explode. They will break and unbreak everything that you've been building. Number one of them, cheating or emotional involvement with someone else. This is a no-brainer. This is not a cliche. We've been hearing this. This is common. However, this one I just mentioned is not a deal breaker for some people. Some people do not mind. They will say so far the partner is still taking care of them, still there for them. They don't mind. While some people do mind. So if you're in this category, you've had experience, maybe you've cheated on your partner, or you're about to cheat, or you're with someone else, please. These are the things you do not hide. These are the things you need to share with your partner. If it's going to break the relationship, it's better. A broken relationship is better than a damaged marriage, remember. Another one is financial decision that affects both of you. Probably you've taken a loan, you're paying back, or something is somewhere that is affecting, is taking your money. Maybe there's a sibling you're sponsoring in your family, or your parents are on anything that you know that can affect you and your partner financially. Please let it out. Tell your partner. Taking major life decision without communicating with your partner. Let me give you an example. Maybe when you and your partner, when you guys met, your partner was on a dread, and because of that, that's one of like the reason why you really loved your partner or why you fell for him or her. And all of a sudden they just go ahead to just cut the dread without telling you. How will you feel? What do you think you'll do? Or maybe you are starting a project and you did not inform your partner. You're saying maybe you just want to like surprise your partner. I don't know about that, but if it's something major, if it's something that you know that by the time your partner hears about it, it's going to affect the relationship, it's better you don't share it now. The last one is lies that can create a false reality. Think of any lies that you can just think of anything whatsoever. Maybe you have a baby somewhere and your partner doesn't know about it, or you've been married before, or you are a widow, you're a widower, and you did not say all these things. You kept all of them to yourself. What should a healthy relationship look like? A healthy relationship is not about knowing everything, but about trust, honesty, understanding, emotional maturity, emotional availability. Just name it. That's what healthy relationship should look like. And there are two imperfect people in the relationship. Two perfect people cannot come together because why are you coming together? You are perfect already. Why do you need a partner? So it is just two imperfect people coming together to work on the imperfections. In a healthy relationship, you should feel safe enough to be open. However, there should also be boundaries that you respect. There should be boundaries. Can there be boundaries in relationship? Yes, there can be boundaries. So if there's any boundaries that have been set, learn to respect the boundaries. In conclusion, you don't have to share everything in a relationship. However, you should not keep things that can damage you, your partner, or the relationship.